Hello, guys. So, as you've um, heard me yip and yap about numerous times, um, television isn't what it used to be, right? Um, Television is dying as well, and so for example, the top-rated TV show um, last year, I guess the 18-19 season, um, was football, sports. And then the Big Bang Theory, and then a million less was NCIS. Now, the Big Bang Theory is gone. They've got the spin off show, which is kind of doing okay. But I mean, um, look at like they've got two in 10 million, right? Back in the old days, you would start out with 60 million viewers. And I hate to break it to you, but in 1950, not everyone even had a TV. A television didn't really become an almost guaranteed thing in a home until 1970. Say all through the 50s and all through the 60s, people were getting televisions. People were adopting them. In 1950, very few people had televisions. But look at these numbers. Right? What's your favorite show? Look at these numbers, 60 million. You know, 60 million, isn't that, here's the most watched television broadcast of all time. Um, Old Super Bowls used to bring in 114 million. What's the most recent one? I don't know. It's all Super Bowls. MASH. This is a television show that was drama and comedy and, how can I say this? And they certainly brought in the liberal sensibilities. They had a guy who dressed like a girl. They had a girl who was kind of doing a bit of feminism. Um, I don't think they had any black people in this movie. Nonetheless, I don't know. Well, they certainly had a lot of Koreans in the movie. Set during the war. Um, I'm trying to think of a black character. I can't think of one. I could be wrong. I don't think there was any. But, I mean, whatever you want to say. Um, 1983. The final episode of MASH, 106 million people tuned in for that. That's how much MASH meant to planet Earth. That is at the time in 1983. I'm going to say that's probably a 250 million people country. So that's one out of every 2.5 people were watching it, tuned in live to watch it. I think L's are the 50, and L is 50, so that would be 40. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know. What they need to stop doing that. Super Bowl L. So instead of Super Bowl L, they put in Super Bowl 50. Okay, well, let's just take a look at the year. So 18, I guess. 103 million. 17. 111. What happened to 19? 19's not on the list. 19 didn't make the top 20 television, or maybe it's just not here yet. They haven't. Oh wait, there you go. There's 19. So 98 million people tune into the Super Bowl. Has there been a 2020? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't watch it. Well, I've seen a couple, but I don't really watch it. Now, I guess most watched by year, by 2019 Super Bowl, sports, State of the Union, so politics, sports, politics, sports. Oh wow, they had the Academy Awards. And by the way, in 2020, this dropped 20%. It dropped 6 million. It's now down to 23.6. But what was the Academy Awards like in other years? Here's 18. Academy Awards didn't make the list. It's all sports. Right? We don't need actors, to yip and yap around the sports. There's the Academy Awards again. More people watch Donald Trump at the RNC. Oh, did a little better that year. But we're going to go through no. We're going to go through. So, and again, it wasn't until the 70s that television really became mainstream. And I don't know, like, this technology zoomed, it didn't zoom. Like, technology just kept building, right? Kept building, kept doing. And I think it's just time for broadcast television. I don't know what it is. I don't, people have always liked storytelling. But like I said, something happened in the 90s. Now, maybe it's just a monopoly of a bunch of commies. Or maybe it's just too much nepotism wrapped on nepotism. See, like, it wasn't until the 70s that television got big. So television equals, like mainstream. It's in every home by 1970. And maybe it was before then. I don't know. I don't know how many televisions even existed. But, like, how many, you know what I mean? Let's, actually, we can buy 70s. No, it's already dropped quite a bit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody got a television by the 50s. By 1950, everybody had a TV? Maybe, I don't know. Because 61 million people, right? That's an awful lot of fucking people. Texaco. So the oil company was sponsoring a television movie, Fireside Theater, Philco. I guess that's more gasoline. I don't know what Fireside is. Is that more gasoline? Your Show of Shows. The Colgate Comedy Hour. Gillette Cavalcade of Sports. The Lone Ranger. Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts. Is that Guildford Godfrey's father or something? Again, see, nepotism is a problem. Because you raise a bunch of do-nothing, rich, little spoiled brats, and then they just get a job. Because their daddy is in Hollywood, they just get a job in Hollywood because of their name. Are they any good? Maybe. Maybe not. But it's just 100%, right? If you're in Hollywood and you squished out some kids, then if they want a job, or if you're an A-lister anyway, and they want a job, then you just get a job. It's just as simple as that. I don't know what it is. Like, it happens in other businesses and stuff too. Kids take on their parents' but see, here's the thing. Here's an important thing. At least in front of the camera, acting. Children are doing it. I'm going to say that again. Children are doing it. Children are doing it. Okay, and then I'm going to go the other end. 80-year-olds are doing it. 80-year-olds are acting, doing it. Children and 80-year-olds are acting. So how hard can it be? Huh? You guys think that you're God's gift to mankind? You got 80-year-old scrambled brags. They can't even drive a fucking car. Can't even see to drive a car. But they can act in your movie? You got an 8-year-old, right? Doesn't even know how to add. But they can act in your movie? Okay. Yeah, you keep telling me how it's an art form and you keep yipping and yapping about talent and all of the talent and talent and talent. Right? And then we watch half of this shit and go, wow, most of these people are shit at their jobs. Right? Mama. No. I thought it was something else. But look at these numbers, how big they are, right? Here's the first show that I know. This show went into reruns, and it just kept going and going and going and going. My parents used to talk about this show. Jack Benny, they used to talk about. But what about in the last 20 years? The last big shows on television, okay, Walking Dead is petered out. Everything is petered out. The last two big shows were The Big Bang Theory, which is done, and Game of Thrones, which they killed. Everybody hates it now. You bet your life. I think that was a game show. Comedy quiz series, yeah. They were all comedy quiz series. Just Now, what is dead about these things? Well, again, it's just the proliferation. Television was the only, well, movie theaters were the only places to see video. And now you can just whip out your phone, make a video and watch it, send it to your friends. Video is nothing. Was all of this amazing stuff? Look at those numbers, though. Way, way back in the old days. Okay, so here's where I Love Lucy sort of takes over. Female, right? What are you gonna, and Cuban husband, whatever you want to say about what happened to them. And when she kicked her husband to the curb, she was still on top. Everybody knew. Everybody was watching it because of her. So she's like, what, the first television star? And you guys are going to yip and yap endlessly? You're not going to shut up about feminism? We know what you're doing, by the way. You're just nagging into the air. You ain't got no boyfriend. You ain't got no husband to bitch at. So you just bitch at in the air. You create divisions and hatred. You're just a whiny, dumb bitch. A dumb, whiny bitch that is complaining. You don't have a boyfriend or a husband to complain to, so you just complain to the air. You know? Complain to the government. Complain to Twitter. Just complain, complain, complain. Bitch and whine and moan. Like a spoiled little brat. And here we are. Female. Number 1. The most watched out by a wide margin, too. Yeah, you're going to talk to me about friggin', women? Okay. The $64,000 question. I thought it would be like the pyramid. Disneyland. This is before my time. I was born in 1971. But I still remember I Love Lucy reruns. Dragnet sort of continued on in some form for quite a while. I don't know. What has happened to television? Why do people not care? Is it too many commercials? Is it crap? If television had a lovely something or other, I'm pretty sure people would come out and see it. You had 100 million people watch the Super Bowl. People will turn it on if you brought something lovely to the table, something beautiful. Is there too many channels now? And so all of your talent is spread out? Is it politics? You're just like all hardlined one way? Is there too much nepotism that you don't know, like you just hired a bunch of fucking last names, untalented last names? I have a feeling we probably entered into the kids of kids, right? Families, generations have been in Hollywood. Is it, I don't know, what is it? Why is it every year fewer and fewer people care about what you have to put out? Where is the Little House in the Prairie, or Gunsmoke? I don't even know what that is really. I've heard of it. Again, this is kind of my parents' era, right? I've heard of Ed Sullivan. I don't think I'd know. If you showed me a picture, I don't think I would recognize him. But he was big. So kids are playing video games. I don't know. You tell me, Hollywood. This is your job. Why? Look at these numbers. These are huge. Any show would be like the number 30 show. Any TV show today that got those numbers would be out of their mind excited. But every year it weans. Every year it goes down. Is this the talent keeps going down every year? What's going on? Why is television dying? I will admit that my television show, like Little House in the Prairie, for example, it has some bad episodes, and it was trying to get woke. Back in those days, it was really pushing it. Is that it? You just keep pushing yourself further and further and further away from conservatives? To the point where it was generation after generation, it's like, yeah, and you just got worse and worse. You just kept pushing them away further and further because everything in Hollywood is woke. Is it just too much competition? You got all this money, all the corporations are backing you up, just flinging money at you. The Riflemen I've heard of. Never heard of Wagon Train. I've heard of Red Skelton. Oh, look at The Price is Right. Yeah, that's going to be sad, right? When television dies, no more of this. That was the show that I loved to watch when I stayed home sick, right? Daytime television. I only got to watch those when I was sick. Were they on during the summer? If it was on during the summer, then I wasn't inside. And by the way, I was almost never sick. I would just fake it. I was lying. And my mother started to get hip to it. So she said, if you're sick, no TV. So, I don't. Bonanza, Gunsmoke, Perry Mason. Is Red Skelton? I don't know who that is. Donna Reed. No idea who that is. I don't know what the if there was much programming for black people back in the very, very early bits. I'm sure there was, because what coming up real soon, you're going to see those shows make the tops of the lists. Wonderful World of Disney. Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color. I don't know. So it was just Disney content, but and see, here's another thing, Disney, right? Why see, like with your woke agenda, you have to go through and edit everything that you've ever made from the beginning of time to make it woke. You have to create modern versions of it, and you have to change everything to what, to please the Twitter mob that won't see your movie anyway. Bewitched. There's another female led. The Lucy Show. Is this after they broke up? I think so. Batman. That was kind of a kid's show. Bewitched, the Beverly Hillbillies, Hogan's Heroes, Batman again, Green Acres, Get Smart, My Three Sons, Dick Van Dyke. I'm starting to recognize almost all of them. Lawrence Welk, I've Got a Secret, Petticoat Junction, Gilligan's Island. Wow. What year is this? In the 60s. I had forgotten that Gilligan's Island went back to the 60s. See, a bunch of sort of kooky looky dooky wookies. What have we got the most modern version of that? Lost? You're going to count that? A lot of these I don't know what they are. Flipper got 21.6 million viewers. Family Affair, I don't know what that is. Dean Martin. Saturday Night at the Movies. Friday Night at the Movies. Green Acres. Lawrence Welk. By the way, I'm only kind of reading over here. Hogan's Heroes. Poking fun at the Nazis. Rowan Martin's Laugh-In. My Three Sons. Ironside. Carol Burnett Show. She's still alive, too. Carol Burnett. Think about it. Just sketch comedy. And now what do we got? It's all freaking one-sided. It's like you want to fail. You know, I don't know. Was Carol Burnett's skits always funny? No, they weren't. To be honest, they weren't. And then the spin-off, Mama's Family. It was a bit weird reason, but Mama's Family. I had a big crush on the son. Remember, I'm a kid. I don't know why. I had a big crush on the son. The really dumb blonde. Again, I'm gay. So, yeah, Mama's Family. Let's take a look at Mama's Family. I think his name was Bubba. Yeah, this was him. No, early. He wasn't in all of it or something. They changed it up. Him. Oh, him right there. I don't know why. There's no real decent reason to have a crush on this guy, but I did. Yeah, that guy. Bubba, I think it was his name. Now, but yeah, Carol Burnett show. Was it always? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're just desperate, and I don't know. Can you tell me why viewership for all of your talent is going away? Now, you could tell me that it's not going away, it's just being spread out. Okay. I don't know. I can't. So they're not watching broadcast television, but they're, Netflixing and chilling, or they're um, not what they're not going to the theaters, but they're renting the movies at home, or buying the movies and watching them over and over again, like through Amazon or whatever. I don't know. Gunsmoke Banana. Here's Lucy. See, there's another Lucille show. Here we go. Bill Cosby, Doris Day, Carol Burnett, Johnny Cash, Beverly Hillbillies. I don't know. You tell me, Hollywood. Why does nobody like you anymore? Or tell me I'm wrong. You're just gonna woke yourself right into the grave? One of the saddest ones is Disney. If you were to Disney equaled the American dream. I remember a kid, and Walt Disney came out and told us exactly what I just said. Disney equals the American dream. It was mother, father, 3 kids. Eldest one is a son, you know, and a dog and a cat and a white picket fence. T-ball practice, church on Sunday, dancing lessons, everything. Just all of the, community barbecues and Betsy's birthday party. And now it's like, get out of the home and go make a living. Don't depend on a man. So now there's no more families. It's everybody's just squishing out kids, randomly with random people and crossing their fingers and hoping it's going to work out, which it almost never does. Beverly Hillbillies, Hawaii Five-0, which they brought back. Hee-Haw, country music. Movie of the week, The Mod Squad, Saturday Night at the Movies, Bewitched, The FBI, Ed Sullivan. I don't know what this Julia thing is. Oh my goodness, look at that! What the hell? I've been skipping over this thing. Okay, let's do it. First black TV shows. Okay, well this is Black Magazine. Whatever the fuck that is. So in 1939, Ethel Waters became the first African black person. This is such a racist thing. Stop saying African American. It's so terrible. And this is supposed to, you would think that, I don't know. Have you not ever thought of African American, the term African American, and how terrible it is? Look, there you go. 1939. It's before even fucking people had TVs. 1940. Haiti McDaniels became the first black person ever to win an Academy Award. She won an Academy Award for probably Gone with the Wind. Yeah, that's it. Nat King Cole, host 56. What show was that? It was a variety program. There's been black in my life my entire life. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. How does this song go? I used to know the words to that Nat King Cole song. But see, there's another thing. Music used to be positive. You wonder why people are moving away from your fucking shit? Because you're also nihilistic and negative and you're fucking angry. Like, you're fucking up there winning awards. You got millions of dollars in the bank. And it's just like you're all fucking angry and gross and disgusting and just fucking angry all the time. Why don't you say thank you and just life is good. Look at how my life has been blessed. But no, it's like, oh, fucking Orange Man bad. Oh, fuck off. Cecil Tyson, star in a drama. East Side, West Side. Bill Cosby. All over the place, right? And now you got him in fucking prison. I'm telling you, 66 to 68? Oh, no, that was just the Emmy parts. Scotty in I Spy. Gail Fisher to win a Primetime Emmy. 1970. Fat Albert. Roxy Rooker. Oh. Come on, this was on the Jeffersons. Anyway. Flip Wilson. Sanford and Son. And by the way, back in the day, there was only a couple of television channels. And see, this is where I think you guys went wrong. I think you guys went wrong in many ways. You really needed to be excellent, and you needed to up the game. But it's just, people got too overpriced. The writing went to shit. The competition moved in, like video games, YouTube, Facebook, fail videos, funny cat videos. Anybody could make a a video. So you had all this competition. But what did you do with it? Doris Day, Sonny and Cher. I don't know. If you look back, I bet you if you were watching, maybe television sucked back then, but it was a novelty. I don't know. All in the Family, The Waltons, MASH, here we go. Sanford and Son, Hawaii Five-O, Maude, Kojak, Sonny and Cher, Mary Tyler Moore, Cannon, The $6 Million Man, Bob Newhart, The Wonderful World of Dizzy, Mystery Movie, Gunsmoke, Happy Days. You know, a movie or a show in the 70s set in the 50s. I'm telling you, the 50s were superior to every other decade for so many things. For music, for just music, the way men and women dressed. I love the 50s. I really do. Now, I don't want to go back in time. I don't want to go back to a time where we didn't have, the computers or the internet. But there was a sensibility in the 50s that was just great. Good Times, and that's all black, right? Streets of St. Adam 12, The Rookies, Carol Burnett coming down. All in the Family is going to dominate. See, but the numbers keep going down. We started out at, over 60, and now we're down to 30. Keep going down. Now, you can say that you're still getting those people, but it's spread out over many, many channels. Okay. Maude, Bionic Woman, Phyllis, Rhoda, One Day at a Time. That was, 4 women. Good heavens, never heard of it. Welcome Black Cotter, there's Black. Mary Tyler Moore, The Jeffersons, there's more Black. And this is what I grew up on, right? Yeah, we're in the 70s. I'm 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old. So, you guys keep talking about being all so stunning and brave over there. You know what that is, by the way? You know what that is, right? When you think that you're being stunning and brave and you're breaking down barriers, you're just pretending that there's a problem. It's just like your hate crime hoaxes. And for all of Hollywood to be going down that road, it's like you have to invent problems to solve. You're just pretending that you're breaking down barriers. And you're not breaking down fucking anything. Mary Tyler Moore, Jeffersons, more Black, Sonny and Cher, Good Times, more Black, Jesus Christ. Chico and the Man, that's probably Latino. I don't know, though. It might not be. And I hate thinking about this. Going through and go, oh, look at that police woman. My goodness. Laverne and Shirley, #1. Look at that. Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, and then Laverne and Shirley, and then Happy Days. I love that show. I fucking loved Laverne and Shirley. And see, what about the live studio audience thing? Live studio audience. So you're literally putting on a play. You have to perform. Are these bitches and assholes too spoiled to be able to perform when they need to perform? They're too busy doing their drugs, or they're all messy and then they fuck up and they don't want anybody to see it. It's part of their contract. They're all special snowflakes. Fuck them. Go to the local theater, get some actors from there, and say, we want to do this thing. We're gonna do like a sitcom the old-fashioned way, in front of a live studio audience, literally, you know. And we're gonna do sitcom again. I don't know what it is. I love this show. Now we're starting to get into the, from when I was a kid. I'm 6 to 7 years old right now. I'm just starting to be able to comprehend television. Now, a lot of the earlier stuff, it's just what my parents were watching. Three's Company. He was gay in that, right? He pretended to be gay in order to move in with the two girls. 60 Minutes, Charlie's Angels, more girls. What are you talking about? These women are always fighting the patriarchy and fighting the man. And it's all bullshit. It's all gobbledygook. It's just mind retardation. Why? To keep the government in business. And I'm not kidding you. It's to keep people thinking that they need Big Daddy government in order to just continue on. All in the Family. Little House on the Prairie, my favorite show of all time. Alice. Loved the show. Do you know about Alice? Are you too young? It was about a single mom, waitress. She was a waitress at Mel's Diner. Mel's Diner. Wait, this series is based on a 1974 film, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. I did not know that. I did not know that. I don't remember the theme song. It's escaping me right now. Flo, and then Verna, something like that. Vera, maybe. She was the ditz, and then Flo was the slut. That's been a formula for television for a long time. A slut, a ditz, and a sensible one. Even the Golden Girls, slut, ditz, and then the sensible one. It's just been a formula. But all the men, for the longest time, have just been dummies. Always second fiddle to their wife. Is that like a mandate? If you survive the casting couch, then you get to dominate in the actual film, in the actual TV show. Is that it? MASH. We've already been there, right? One day at a time. More women. It's all women. Jesus. How the West is won? Don't know. 8 is enough. Now that was an interesting one, right? The mom dies. They have 8 children. 8 is enough to fill our lives with love. Soap, a comedy with fucking everything going on in there. I didn't really like it. The Love Boat. There's black characters in there. The Love Boat. Soon we'll be making another run. Monday Night Football. Fantasy Island. There you go. The plane. Barney Miller. I don't know about this UFO project. Sunday night at the movie. The Waltons. Barnaby Jones. Hawaii Five-0. More movies. Rhoda. The Incredible Hulk. There we go. Like back in the day, back. I'm sure there was like Lone Rangers and um, Lone Rangers was a big thing. He was a superhero, and Zorro, superhero. But for me, and there was science fiction going on, and I watched Wonder Woman. Um, Superman was at the movies. There was a Superman TV show, but I didn't watch it. So I guess there was always, your comic book people. Family, welcome back, Cotter, on our own, the big event. Um, Mork and Mindy, another spin-off from Happy Days. Right? You know, how kooky. Robin Williams. Mork from Mork. Nanu. Right? 60 Minutes. That's incredible. See, that was cool. Right? That's incredible. I think it was Dave Davidson or something like that was the host of the show. So I'm 8 or 9 years old. My sister loved Three's Company. That's incredible. That was kind of like really neat, fascinating people, like Guinness Book of World Records kind of stuff. And kind of like Guinness Book of World Records kind of stuff. And now it's just all singing reality shows. Hey, I get it. Talent shows, they're big and they're good. But I mean, can't you just widen things open? Just look back in history. Hey, just bring in crazy people that do crazy things. Is it that hard? Alice. Again, Mass. Dallas. I never got into that. Flow, I don't even know what that is. Spin-off of Alice. Oh, probably didn't last long. Flow would have been, yeah, probably Flo from Alice. Probably got up here for the first little bit, but then it disappeared. I'm sure I would have watched it. Jeffersons. I love that show. Don't fucking tell me about your friggin' race garbage, gobbledygook. Pretending that you're still all stunning and brave out there. Dukes of Hazzard. These guys are embarrassed for just riding in that car. They don't even want to show their face to the world because of the car they were driving back then. One Day at a Time, Archie Bunker's place. This was after All in the Family went away. They tried to bring Archie back, but it didn't work. Taxi. I knew about it, but that's it. House Calls, Real People, Little House on the Prairie. Loved that show. Best show ever. Happy Days, Chips. The one guy was pretty brown. I don't know, 2 bike cops. That's what it was. Trapper John, Charlie's Angels, Barney Miller, WKRP in Cincinnati. Baby, if you ever wondered whatever became of me. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Used to watch that after school a lot. Benson. The show was about, I'm pretty sure he's a butler for a rich family, but the show is actually about him. The Love Boat, Soap, again, different strokes, I think a rich widower trips on a couple of black kids and adopts them. And then we get, what you talking about, Willis? Mork and Mindy, Fantasy Island. But see how these numbers are going down? Well, actually kind of went up a little bit here. Dallas, 60 Minutes. The Jeffersons. Three's Company, Alice, Dukes of Hazzard. Too Close for Comfort. Kind of been through all this one. It's kind of repetitive. Falcon Crest, that's new. It's another nighttime soap opera. Heart to Heart, romantic kind of copy show, I think. I think it was cops. Magnum P.I. My mom was in love with that guy. Tom Selleck. Probably still is. Dynasty, Laverne and Shirley. And see, that's the thing too, right? The movie star is dead. Why? Because the movie star and the movies needed to coexist. You know? My mom had a crush on Don Johnson, for example. Now, are you going to tell me that she's going to watch that Watchmen show with Don Johnson in it? You know? Are you kidding? House Calls. The Facts of Life. There you go. Love that one. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the Facts of Life. The Facts of Life. The Fall Guy. Hill Street Blues. A lot of other people love that. That's Incredible. It's really shrunk. T.J. Hooker. Other people liked it. Not me. Fantasy Island. Fantasy Island and Love Boat. Like, those were two, like, together shows. It's like you would want to watch one and then the other. Dallas, 60 Minutes, the A-Team, with Mr. T, Simon and Simon, Falcon Crest, Kate and Alley. There was something about this show that I liked. I liked the actress, Kate, but I couldn't hold on to it. Hotel, Cagney and Lacey. Love that show. But, not standing, no. It's too... I don't do soap operas day or night. TV's bloopers and practical jokes. After MASH. I don't know what this is. Just MASH was so big they had to do something. I don't know what this is. The Fall Guy, The Love Boat, Riptide, Jefferson, Scarecrow, and Mrs. King. I heard of that. I think it's more cop show. Newhart, Facts of Life. Webster, Alice, Knight Rider, Hardcastle and McCormick, Trapper John M.D., The Cosby Show. What year is this? 1985. Just checking on dinner in the oven. Cosby Show and Family Ties. Right? Super liberal parents and a super conservative son. How about that? How about that, Hollywood? A balance? Both sides? Really? Super liberal parents and a super conservative son. How could you want better than that? Show both sides. Appeal to both pieces of your audience. No? Okay. Murder, She Wrote. Oh, by the way, black, a very neutral, politically show. You know, both sides fight, getting their points across. Female. Cheers. I guess that's a male-led. But really, the number two, well, in the beginning was Dallas, Golden Girls, Miami Vice. Oh God, that movie was... See, when television was fucking cool as all hell. Miami Vice. Right? Miami Vice. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. Just think of that. That's the frickin' 80s right there. Miami Vice. Beautiful, right? Fighting crime. Just fighting crime. Black, white. There was no politics in the show. They were just fighting crime. If you were doing crime, they were fighting it. All the colors of the rainbow. See, your agenda is getting in the way. Who's the boss? This is at a time when they were really trying to twist things, turn things up on their head. I don't know if she was a widow, maybe divorced. I don't know. I think she was probably a widow, but she got a male housekeeper. But Night Court, so much fun in that show. What a great comedy, Night Court. Is it the live audience that made the difference? Come on, talk to me. Talk to me, Hollywood. What happened to you? Where's your equivalent? I don't know about what's going on TV now. I don't care. It's true that, I'm not, but something's going on because your numbers are going down, so it's not just me. You're also full of agenda. You're one-sided. You're not good at your job. These movies are sucking. The TV is sucking. The fun, you've ripped the fun out of it because you're always so fucking miserable. Where's your, laugh and have some fun and some joy? And see, that's the same thing with horror, to be honest with you. There used to be, a horror movie used to be fun. Think of Friday the 13th. Those movies are fun. And now, it's also spooky and serious. We like to have fun, too, over here in horror, folks. Just a good old slasher movie. Highway to Heaven, Kate and Allie, Newhart, Knots Landing, Growing Pains. So you guys actually kicked this guy right out of Hollywood because he's too Christian? He doesn't want to have anything to do with you? I'd love to see, well, I would have. It's too late now. You Again, 227, Hotel, Movies, Moonlighting, Falcon Crest, Valerie, The Facts of Life, Simon and Simon the A-Team, Cosby Show still on top. My goodness. A Different World, the spin-off, right? Cheers, The Golden Girls, Growing Pains. Just fun television, right? Comedies, sitcoms. Who's the Boss? Night Court, 60 Minutes, Murder, She Wrote, Alf. What's your equivalent to Alf these days? The one, like, and then you see, like, I don't know, all your superhero TV shows on the CW. What crap is that? The Wonder Years, Moonlighting, LA Law. I used to love that show, by the way. Matlock, Amen. Football, Family Ties. See, like, the television used to get as much viewership as the sports. Not anymore. Not even close. Probably because you're preaching at everybody. You got a message to deliver. My Two Dads. We know what that would come out as these days, right? I don't even know what that is. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Valerie's Family, Dallas. Head of the Class, Newhart, Day by Day, Hunter, Aaron's Way, Cosby Show, still, Jesus. Roseanne. He kicked her to the curb. Can't have any Trump supporters in Hollywood. Cheers, A Different World. America's Funniest Home Videos, The Golden Girls. 60 Minutes, The Wonder Years, Empty Nest. Did, reality TV shows kill television? No, it's been a steady decline for years. Unsolved Mysteries, Who's the Boss, Murder, She Wrote, Chicken Soup, Grand, LA Law, John Deere. Now, I'm going to admit that, in my opinion, I didn't like this show. This show it seemed to be like a cheap ripoff. But, I guess it's still okay. Simpsons comes onto the scene. Murphy Brown. She was all political, right? All tried to tell messages. Just the messages just can't, you won't stop. I don't understand that either. Like, when I have tried this in my head a few times, make a television show in my head, and I never think politics. I don't know how you guys do it all the time. Think politics while while you're making the TV show or movie. Just make a good TV show. Why do you have to throw the politics in there? Do you have a mandate from your communist overlords? We must inject all of our politics in every episode. We good, they bad. We're just like Hollywood is the democratic arm of the government. Like, just Hollywood equals Democrat. Is that it? How boring. You really think I'm that evil or stupid or whatever? Really? Just conservative? Like a happy, healthy family? You think that's evil? No, you're evil. Home Improvement, Murphy Brown. I hope Murphy Brown never made it to #1. I know it was up there, but hopefully it never made it to #1. Murphy Brown was over here, was it? No. I loved Roseanne too, by the way. It was nice to see frickin', non-rich people. Why does everybody in your sitcom have to be fucking rich? That got old. Designing women, it was alright. I don't know. It was just a little bit. Major dad. I don't know what that is. Coach, room for two. Don't know. See, this is, I think, when I'm starting to tune out. Cosby Show, Wings. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not. Yeah, in the '90s. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. I'm in. So here I'm 20. 20 years old. Yeah, this doesn't appeal to me anymore. And does it appeal to anybody? See, I know people liked Family Matters like after me, my generation, but Seinfeld, okay, good, okay, Grace Under Fire, Frasier, good. Murphy Brown is dropping, that's good. Love and War 2020, Full House, Wings, Turning Point, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I didn't really like the Fresh Prince all that much. Again, this is after my time. Are you following it? Like, okay, let me just. ER. Were you in love with that show? Seinfeld? Okay, everybody was in love with that show. Yeah, that was great. But Caroline in the City, that, like, came and went awful fucking quick, too. And then we're already down to football. The Single Guy, I've never even heard of it. Home Improvement, okay, that lasted a long time. And then, see, it's just. It's sort of all falling off a cliff. Like, what about Frasier? Two high class, kind of stuck up psychologists, and their rickety, blue collar dad moves in. And that's pretty much it. So it's kind of a clash of the classes. There was probably no race brought up. Race wasn't a part. Was there race? No. I don't know about ER. When I think of ER, I think of George Clooney. I think that was the show that he got his, he became super famous on. He was in Roseanne, but he became a household fucking superstar in ER. I don't know about Carolyn in the City. Football, well, that's all black people. Single Guy, I have no idea. See, like this is when I've tuned out. I'm in my 20s. I'm in college, going to just moving. The nanny, I remember her voice. It was kind of cool. Roseanne is dropping. Walker, Texas Ranger, really? Murphy Brown is dropping. Third Rock from the Sun, okay. That was fun. Like, where's the equivalent to that? That's an interesting kind of idea, right? Aliens come down and then they inhabit some bodies and then it's just like Hooky Looky. A lot of fun, that show was. Chicago Hope. Law and Order. Oh, that show lasted forever. Can't Hurry Love. I don't even know. Dana Carvey show. Seinfeld and ER just fighting again. I don't even know what that is. Veronica's Closet. Friends, we all know what that is. Touched by an Angel. Oh my goodness, a Christian show way up here. Wasn't that a black woman too? Starring Roma. Oh, I guess not. Oh, right, yeah, that's who I remember. Her. Delia Reese. Oh, right, it was, yeah. Yeah, I remember it now. Highway to Heaven was, um, after Little House on the Prairie, he tried to do Highway to Heaven. Just Shoot. See, Just Shoot. No. Drew Carey. I don't know, that fucking wacko chick. Now he's freaking. Really? Drew Carey is doing Price is Right? I get it. It's a good solid gig. You're making the money. It doesn't matter. But really, you can just feel that Drew Carey doesn't really want to be there. He's like acting. He doesn't love the show. Maybe it's different now, but I really got the impression that Bob Barker, really loved the show. I really got that impression. Um, X-Files, Law and Order, King of the Hill. Okay, interesting. The Rednecks being the Rednecks and getting their propane. Hey, you can make fun of the silly, country folk. As long as we get to make fun of as long as you equally make fun of the city folk. Mad about you. Um, okay, but I didn't want to see that guy, like outside of Alien. Wasn't that the guy? Yeah. I didn't want to see it. To me, he's an alien actor and should have stayed there. I don't, Cosby, I don't even know what this is. For 4 years. Oh, right. Oh, right, yeah. They tried to continue it on. It was his. Yeah, I remember this show, but it didn't do that well. Dharma and Greg. She was a super hippie and he was just normal, and she had super hippie parents, I think. The Simpsons. A game show, and a game show. Jesus Christ. I wonder if Disney owned them at this time. ER, Friends, and Frasier. Okay, Friends is cool, but football. See, already, I don't know, I'm not in love with any of this. It's just kind of on television, you know what I mean? Becker, that was a bad show. Judging Amy, Jag, Drew Carey. It was just kind of like, Spin City. I don't even know it. Malcolm in the Middle, I guess some people like, but again, after my time. Friends, ER, Everybody Loves Raymond, Survivor. Okay, so here comes Will and Grace. And see, there's no counterbalance to it in the show. All there was a crazy bitch. Crazy rich bitch. Everybody was a lefty. Right? Now, did they in the... Well, the whole thing was gay. I don't know. I like the show, by the way, and I'm just trying to think of the politics. But you think about these people and their Twitter accounts nowadays? Oh my God. Leap of Faith. I don't even know what that is. Don't even know what it is. The West Wing. I heard people liked it, but I didn't watch it. Again, I guess I'm just checked out. What am I doing? I'm out with people. I'm partying. I'm working. King of Queens. Just shoot me, yes dear. I see. I don't know. I don't even know what yes dear is, and it's not getting very many viewers. Look at how much we've dropped. This is the beginning of 2000, right? It's only getting 10 million, 9 million, 7 million viewers. 60 minutes too. CSI was big when they came out. Geez, boy, did they, like that was, it was interesting how they went through all the crime pieces. Yeah, that was cool. American Idol. Oh, there's so much of this now. Friends, The Apprentice, ER, Survivor. I wonder if NBC is like, I don't know, has apologized for having a Donald Trump show, even though it was fantastically popular. And then spin-offs of CSI, Survivor, freaking reality. I hated that show. I didn't get it. Everybody Loves Raymond, Without a Trace. See, it's all fading away. My Big Fat Obnoxious Fiance. But to steal thunder from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. 2.5 Men. Cold Case. Fear Factor. Oh my god. Remember that show? More American Idol. CSI. Desperate Housewives. Was that a reality show? I think it was. And I never watched it. I'm out. Grey's Anatomy, never seen it. Without a Trace, Dancing with the Stars. I've seen like 5 minutes of one episode. Monday Night Football, House, Survivor, NCIS. 2.5 Men, way down here on the list. The Unit, I don't even know what that is. Deal or No Deal, really? Just a bunch of 50-50 chances in a row and see what happens. Really? Like, this was just so... Think about game shows back in the day. And they were, sort of interesting, and they were sort of involved, and you were doing stuff. And then it's just like a bunch of cases, and you say yes or no. It's just, oh my god. Cold Case, Lost, never seen Lost. I heard that people loved the beginning of it. This is a J.J. Abrams thing. And then it fell off the cliff for them. CSI, another CSI. Law and Order, another one. Deal or No Deal Wednesday, really? Extreme Makeover Home Edition. What, move in and renovate the whole house in like no time? Only 8.6 million. Commander-in-Chief. Criminal Minds, 24. It was an interesting idea. It was so expensive, but it was interesting. But, super soap opera, criminal soap opera. The world is going to end by the end of the season. American Idol, Dancing with the Stars. Oh my goodness. So it's all reality here. Reality. I think that's reality too. I'm not sure. Is it? Comedy, drama. I guess not. CSI, House. Never seen it. I've heard of him. Like the grumpy old doctor or something. Very conservative too, right? Isn't he super conservative? Or did they take him out of the coffin? Did they make him go gay or something? Super popular. Grey's Anatomy, Sunday Night Football, CSI Miami, NCIS, Without a Trace, The Moment of Truth, 2.5 Men, Survivor, 60 Minutes. See, it's just Samantha Who. It's just all over, isn't it? Brothers and Sisters. I don't even know what this is. Heroes. Okay, cool. But I mean, it was one season, and then they didn't know what to do with it. And what, 24 has already dropped off the cliff? Hell's Kitchen? Fucking an angry Brit screaming at everybody. But you're screamed at by the best. Whatever. More freaking reality. NCIS. The Mentalist. Sunday Night Football. Mentalists, whatever. Just to, like, so young kids, 10-year-old kids. I don't know. I haven't heard of most of this. The Amazing Race. 24 is way down here at the bottom now. Don't you think? Modern Family. The numbers just keep getting smaller and smaller. Mike and Molly. Oh, that was a great career. That was a great person to bring to Hollywood. I don't know. None of this makes me feel good or interested, and by the looks of these numbers, nobody else is interested in these either. 15, 16. NCIS, Big Bang Theory, now that's gone. Empire, now that's gone. And Jussie Smollett, really? You're on a big TV show and you're freaking fucking fake a hate crime like that? What the fuck is wrong with people? Just everybody, does anybody care about any of this? A remake? Still Survivor? Jesus Christ. Now the Big Bang Theory is going to be at the top until they decide, oh, we're going to go away now. But that's the last big TV show. What's the biggest TV show right now? I think it's NCIS. Yep, NCIS. This Is Us and Roseanne. Oh, she's back here. She's still on TV for a little bit until she gets kicked out and it gets called The Connors. Young Sheldon spinoff. I don't even know what The Good Doctor or Bull. Never heard of it. You know what they should do? Make these major networks free. It's the only way you're going to keep people, get people to watch it. Make your 4 main networks, your major so, I don't know, 20 channels free. You're going to have to. Or make it, $5 a month. Make it the same as the streaming service. Are you going to be able to talk the cable companies into it? Cable company people are cutting the cord all the time, canceling cable. It's happening all over the place. You know, all of these sports people, you know what they should do? They should literally just go straight to the website, cancel out this, I don't know, maybe not yet, but at least they should start it up. All of these major sports, all sports really, start up a website, and it's $5 a month, all the sports. Maybe even go harder. $5 a month plus $1 per team, right? $5 a month, and that includes one team, so you get to watch, say, all of their games. Let's just say all of their games. $5 a month. But if you want and it's an extra dollar a month per extra team. I don't know how much the baseball people or the basketball people, whatever. I don't know why did they have to do? Everything should have their own streaming service, and I'm not joking. Maybe you can combine to a sports network, right? But why? Why do that? You can access the website or the streaming service anywhere. Maybe do a free preview for an entire year, just to get people used to going to the website instead of the television. And just the MLB has their own streaming services. You watch the MLB games on the MLB app. You sign in, $5 a month, an extra dollar per month per team. And I don't know how many teams there are. How many MLB teams are there? Because there's two leagues, American and National League, right? MLB teams. 30. There's only 30? I don't know why they split that in half. I really don't. I don't understand how baseball has so few. And, why would they do that? It doesn't even make sense anymore. Only 30 fucking teams? And you're gonna split it? So you got 15... You got one team, your team, playing 14 other teams all year long. And then you just play the winner of the other side? Why not? Why wouldn't you want all teams to play all teams? I don't understand that at all. But anyway, I'm sure they have the money. I don't know. See, sometimes, when I look at television, the state of TV, and the decline, Mom, what the fuck is that? Sometimes I wonder if they really are thinking. I just think that they don't like change. You have to get over it. Move to the internet. SWAT, Madame Secretary. That's such a sad number. Okay, here's the last one. Football, and then the Big Bang Theory, which is no more. NCIS. Football. And then the Big Bang Theory spin-off. This Is Us. And already I have no idea. I've never seen it. I don't even know what it is. Blue Bloods, FBI, Good Doctor, Manifest, Chicago Fire. There's a lot of Chicago things. Fire, police, med. Are they good? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't care. Why is nobody watching TV anymore? Is it the quality of the show? Can you do better? Is it too many commercials? Is it too expensive? When you can just click on a YouTube video and watch it? Are people playing Are kids playing games instead? Are you not appealing to children? Did you skip a generation? People are at home more. Are they watching instead of watching on television? Are they watching, online? And these, you're doing okay financially because everything that I can see, I get it. But once television is finished, and once movie theaters are finished, so is Hollywood. I mean, and by Hollywood, I mean big money entertainment. Hollywood has nothing to do with, like reality shows. Just watch YouTube. Sports, the sports people can do that themselves. Sure, you might own some of the channels, but why do they want to keep coming to you? And once TV is finished, isn't ESPN or Fox Sports or whatever, isn't that just going to be a website? Look at the number, 10 and 10. There's only 2 double-digit million shows, and one is sports. It's so sad. And then you go back into time, look at these big numbers, Are you not, what are you missing? Why are you not doing well anymore? 39, 36 million? 60, 50? 60, 50? 50, 49, 47? Jesus, right? Maybe the heyday is just over. It's time to move on. You've got this set of television shows, and it's going to be just locked in a vault. You'll be able to buy the disc set. You'll probably be able to watch it on some streaming service. I remember when Cagney and Lacey, you used to be able to watch that on some free streaming service. And, I don't know. You can call me sexist all you want. It's like the fucking you and your Twitter buddies calling it's like your rage marketing. You're fighting with your customer. It's happening in video games too. Why are you fighting with your customers? Is the age of, I get it. Technology has moved on, but why didn't you move on with it? All of these television channels should have moved over to the internet by now. And you're going to say that they are over there. Okay. Why does Disney need a streaming service? ABC should already be a streaming service. They should have been a streaming service 20 years ago. As soon as the internet started. Well, as soon as video streaming became affordable. And you should have been, like if you wanted to watch your ABC or your whatever, what's the NBC? Look at NBC dominated back then. In the beginning. Maybe, no, there was all 3. Fox didn't come until much later. What are you doing over there, Hollywood? When I take a look at the like now I've gone into television in depth, and you can see the decline. See the decline of television. What's the matter with you? What's going on? Stories, a good story. Everybody wants to hear a good story. A well-told story. But, your Twitter accounts make us hate you. Your awards speeches make us hate you. What are you doing? Why do you want us to hate you? Why would you do that? Why are you fighting with your customer? Now, I gave it some extra thought. And I was thinking, people say, well, just separate the art from the artist. Just separate the art from the artist. Just because, Joaquin Phoenix is a vegan and he doesn't like people who, put milk in their coffee, and he's a far lefty, and he's all the same thing. He's the guilty white man for, you know, being in a white industry, collecting a white award in a country built by white people, whatever, right? So he's going to fake guilt, white guilt for this or whatever. It's all bullshit. And, I was thinking about him doing that. Now, what's the difference between that, right? Now, you could say that that's in his free time. That's in his free time. Okay, but now I'm just going to give you a different scenario. You got a burger shop. So let's just call it McDonald's. You own a McDonald's burger shop. And on one of your employees is really political. It doesn't matter what they're going to... It doesn't even matter what. Right? At work, they do a good job. They do their job. They do it well. But on the weekend, or like after work, they get their picket sign, right? Okay, pro-choice, pro-life, doesn't matter. One or the other. They take their abortion sign, pro or against, doesn't matter. And they walk up and down the sidewalk in front of your business. Now, it's the public sidewalk, and they're not at work, they're not working, it's not hours, They're doing it on their free time. But it's still connected, right? And it's pissing off customers. And some, half of the customers that, 80% of the customers in the middle don't care. They're just like, oh, well, there's some person with their views. But 10% on the one side that are really on the one side, and 10% are really on the other side. So that 10% just continue on into the shop, like, that agree. And they're like, hoo-hoo, good job. I agree. But the other 10% are like, no, fuck that. I'm out of here. Now, you can say that, and it's permanent. That 10% is now gone. Are you going to, as a business owner, let that happen? Why would you do that? You are still turning customers away in your free time if you're spewing and you're still connected, right? See, that's the problem. When you're a celebrity, you're connected to all of your previous movies. When you shit on Bill Cosby because of past indiscretions, no matter how valid or invalid you think they are, you've just now turned all of his properties into zero. Nobody, you can't feel good about watching an old episode of The Cosby Show. And it's the same thing with Joaquin Phoenix. After he said that speech, are people really going to want to buy the Joker DVD and watch it again? He devalued your property. But I guess if you're all ideologically, every single time this happens, you devalue your stuff. Like, there was people that really conservatives that really liked that movie, the Oscar-winning movie, Thelma and Louise. And Brad Pitt was the sexy cowboy who ripped I forget, I think it was Louise, who ripped Louise off, right? He stole her stuff because he was a hustler. Super sexy. It was a great movie, great little movie, about, a bad situation that spun out of control, spiraled out of control, kind of like a falling down, but, really well done. And now when Brad Pitt says this stuff, the conservative women go, "Oh, all of his old properties just get less valuable." Right? It's kind of like, it hurts the entire industry, but none of them care. They're all doing it. It's just part of the business, right? They're all sitting on, like I said, mountains of cash, and just none of them care. But they're really not. The numbers have been dwindling. Movie theaters are in really big trouble. The quality has been going down, circling the toilet. People are waking up ideologically, and they're just not having it. It's all just. It's like Hollywood is for lefties, and that's it. And then everybody else leaves. Even, center lefties leave. They don't want to hear all this gobbledygook all the time. Why can't you just tell a good Star Wars movie? Why does it have to be chock full of your politics? And by the way, these Star Wars movies are shit. And that's supposed to be the best that Hollywood has to offer? That's the best that you've got over there? Is this dog shit? Forget about the identity politics. These movies are crap. I would hate to, that's one of the reasons why I can't even get into television. See, it all feeds on each other. You can't make a good fucking movie, and that's supposed to be where all the money, that's where all the talent moves to. That's where they're supposed to be. Where all the quality stuff is going on. I mean, that Godzilla movie, the people parts in that Godzilla movie, it's like, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is going on here? Are you trying to be a really corny, stupid, crappy Japanese, translated Godzilla movie with your super mega shitty human parts? Why was she bringing her daughter to work in an open area with a monster? And she just, oh my god, and of course it's a woman of science. What the fuck is this? It was, I will admit, in the Godzilla movie, where she joined, like the Enviro death cult, she, changed her mind, I think. She completely, I don't know, the movie wasn't good. I really loved the monster parts. But they're, the human parts just really dragged that fucking movie. Oh my god. And it's just everywhere. They're it's, like, okay, maybe you've always been doing it. Since I Love Lucy, you've been trying to do the feminism and do all this stuff. I don't know. But I can look back at a Facts of Life. What is it? 4 girls and then the house mother? Right? Was it 4 girls? Joe, Blair, Tootie, and Natalie? 4. Yeah, 4 of them. Plus the house mother. 5 girls in it. And they were just yipping and yapping and carrying on and doing their things and, Look at The Breakfast Club, the movie. Could you even do that? Like, what is going on? The kids today, do they have any movies that they can relate to? What are you doing? this far lefty Twitter grossness is just, you're ruining yourselves, you're ruining your industry. And, you know, people will watch video games, they'll watch YouTube. Yeah, they'll catch a movie now and again, but even it's just going to continue to slide down into oblivion because you guys aren't going to let up. You guys aren't going to let up. You guys think that you're right with all your lefty commie crap. You know that one Fox News set, you know, talking to Bernie Sanders? You know, Bernie, you can give all your money away if you want. You're a super rich man. You haven't done a goddamn thing. You're probably just as corrupt as everybody else. Why are you a millionaire, by the way? You've been working in government your entire life. You're a fucking Jewish commie. You're a fucking millionaire. You're taking all these bribes and the blackmails and stuff behind the scenes, are you? Just like every other politician? What have you created in your life? All you've done is sucked out of society. And now you're pushing communism? And, you know, 3/4 of Hollywood is voting for you? Bloody fuck. Can't even pick up a book and read about fucking Stalin or Mao or Hitler. Hitler was a socialist too. Just try it one more time, huh? And see, like, it's the same as Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan came out and he said, oh, I would gladly pay more taxes if it was going to good schools. I was like, well, build a good school. Reach into that deep pocket you got there. You know, pull out a couple of million and build a good school. Nothing's stopping you, Joe. But we know it's all just talk. It's all talk. It's all garbage, brain. It's all just dumb. It's so fucking dumb. Nobody's stopping you from spending all of your money and giving it all away. Just give it all away, dummy. Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. If you want to pay more taxes, pay more taxes. The government will gladly cash your check. Pay it all. Go ahead. What are you waiting for? Anyway, I don't, you know, like, whatever. And then on top of this, they've ruined, like, they've ruined the future, right? You know? What are these people going to do? You know, like, Star Wars is dead. Yeah, I don't know. Are they going to pick it back up again? I don't know. We're in for a really big crash here, folks. And we'll see. Okay, I got to grab something to eat, so I'm going to check out. So remember, if you want to give me your money, there's a link in the description. It would sure appreciated. And yeah, just sell your stock. Get ready for more entertainment via YouTube because the movie theaters aren't going to do it, and the television isn't going to do it, and the streaming wars, yeah, they'll be spending a lot of money during those times, but the money's going to dry up. So they're going to have to declare a winner sooner or later. And it's going to be a bloodbath. Hollywood is over. And you know something? This whole storytelling via video, they ruined it. You know? I'm thinking about the scene at the end of Planet of the Apes, where he comes out into the beach and he sees the Statue of Liberty head, right? You maniacs, you killed it! You killed it, you maniacs! Yeah, well, maybe this is just an adjustment. Maybe once these people get a reality check, a new group of people will move in and start making movies. By the way, if you've got any inclination to make movies or TV or whatever. Just pick up a camera and start doing it. I'm serious. I'm not fucking joking. Just do it. I'm starting here, right? With this, I'm starting here, and there's more to come. I got a playlist down there with a different style. We're going to travel the world together. So I'm doing it myself. Now I'm documenting the fall of Hollywood, but I'm also going to start to be the solution, creating good, positive content. We went to Canada's Wonderland. You can check that out. And we're going to go all over the world, and we're going to go together. We're going to have a chat window up here. We're going to be talking back and forth. We're just going to have fun traveling the world via Google Earth. Okay? That's one thing, and there's many more to come. Okay? So give me all your money. I'm just kidding. But seriously, if you've got a bunch to spare, link in the description. And yeah, let's do this, okay? Hollywood ain't gonna do it. We got to do it ourselves. And there's lots of ways to entertain. It's more we and get interactive, and let's just get to know one another, okay? Anyway, we will talk to you later, okay? Bye now.